Imagine, if you will, a kind of blueprint for reality, a system for understanding the entire universe, written centuries before the first line of computer code was even a dream. Today, we're going to journey back in time and uncover a lost mathematical framework, one with incredible power and clarity, created by a genius way back in the 7th century. Long before the algorithms that kind of shape our lives today, a 7th century Indian mastermind named Brahmagupta designed a complete system for seeing the world through numbers. Now, don't just think of this as math. Oh, no. Think of it as an operating system for reality itself, a way of thinking so profound its echoes are still felt in the code and the data that run our world today. So, what makes this ancient system so revolutionary? Well, it's this. Brahmagupta didn't just collect a bunch of formulas to solve random problems. No, he did something way more ambitious. He set out to create a complete map of the entire mathematical world as he knew it. And you know what was at the heart of this entire map? Just 28 concepts. That's it. 28 powerful, foundational ideas that formed a complete system for both calculation and application. You master these, and you've basically mastered the universe of numbers. He organized these 28 concepts into two really elegant pillars. Think of them as two sides of the same powerful coin. When you put them together, they create a complete mathematical framework. And understanding these two pillars, well, that's the key to unlocking the entire system. So Brahmagupta basically split the entire world of mathematics in two. On one side, he put what he called the 20 logistics. This is the raw engine of pure calculation. You could call it the how. And on the other side, the 8 determinations. And this is where that engine meets the road. This is the why. It's where math gets its hands dirty, solving actual real-world problems. The first pillar, logistics, it holds the 20 concepts that are really the bedrock of all computation. The best way to think of them is as the ancient world's algorithms. And these weren't just some abstract rules on a page. They were the fundamental operations that calculated the price of grain, that tracked the stars in the sky, and that literally engineered entire civilizations. But here's the thing Brahmagupta knew. Numbers in a vacuum are totally meaningless. And that brings us to the second absolutely essential pillar, determinations. This is how mathematics lives and breathes in the real world. It's all about solving tangible, practical challenges, like how to combine different mixtures, how to build structures that last, and even how to measure things you can't possibly reach. And make no mistake, this was never just theory. The entire system was designed for action. So let's actually see it at work, solving the kinds of tangible, everyday problems it was built for. Okay, I want you to imagine you're in a bustling market over 1,300 years ago. A merchant needs an answer, and he needs it now. This very question is the foundation of all commerce, right? And in a world with no calculators, a fast, reliable method is everything. Brahmagupta's system? It provided exactly that. 320. The system delivers a precise answer, just like that. By using the power of ratios and proportions from that logistics pillar, the method was fast, it was repeatable, and it was perfectly accurate. This was the bedrock of a reliable economy. All right, now for a problem that comes straight from the determinations pillar. This goes beyond simple math. It's a pretty complex question about mixtures. How do you combine two different grains, each with its own price, to create a new blend with a very specific target price? A surprisingly tricky problem that the system made simple. And this one brilliantly illustrates the ingenuity of the system. Using the principles of geometry and the behavior of shadows, another one of the 8 determinations, you could figure out the height of a towering tree or a building, right from the ground. It's all about seeing the invisible relationships that numbers can reveal. So here's what's so essential to understand. These weren't just isolated little math problems. They were the seeds of entire fields of study. The logic behind them was the foundation for complex commerce, sophisticated engineering, and something we would now recognize as the very beginning of data thinking. And all of this, the pillars, the problems, the applications, it all leads to the philosophical heart of Brahmagupta's entire system. After laying out all 28 concepts, he offered his own definition of what it truly means to be a master of this powerful domain. He who knows the 20 logistics and the 8 determinations is a mathematician. It's that simple and it's that profound. See, it's not enough to just be good at calculation, and it's not enough to just be good at solving practical problems. To be a true master in his eyes, you had to command both, the engine and its application, the theory and the practice. So, why does a 1300-year-old system matter to us today? Well, because its core philosophy is more relevant now than it has ever been. Its echoes are literally all around us, hiding in plain sight within the very technology that defines our modern world. Believe it or not, there is an unbroken chain of logic that stretches across more than 1,000 years, connecting Brahmagupta system directly to our world. That foundational idea of creating a structured logical system for calculation and then applying it to real-world data, that is the absolute core principle behind modern data science and artificial intelligence. We just use different words now. Brahmagupta's logistics, well, that's what we call algorithms. His determinations, that's the very essence of applied data science. The entire system of creating a logical model to interpret and shape reality, that's the foundation of AI. When you strip everything else away, this entire 1,300-year journey of mathematical thought really comes down to those two pillars Brahmagupta identified so long ago: the pure logic of how to calculate and the wisdom of how and where to apply it. And that leaves us with this final powerful idea. True knowledge, true mastery, it isn't found just in what you know. It's found in what you can do with what you know. To know and to apply is to truly know. If this helps you understand, don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful concepts.